Let me just do a quick test. Ah, yeah. Silky smooth. I don't know what caused that. I've never had that issue before. But I guess doing the old restart helps out. So it's better now. Epic. So sorry about that. Anyway, October 13th. Why can't I hear the game? Oh, I can hear it now. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly, Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. It's not really our problem. we got him his verdict, like we did our job. No way, Jose, I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy she forgot there's a murder to solve. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going in this murder investigation. It's a good song. Exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Not the same little Maya who used to be happy with their dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center too. Must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't question mark me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. On the urn we got back, it says Amy, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. Danganronpa blood. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Maya Monday, yo, what is up, Rinri? How you doing? I'm sure Pearls will find out. I can't talk. There's like a billion people in the stream now, and now I can't speak. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Korean Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Korean Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo several year training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo? Huh? Sounds pretty serious. If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Korean technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of Korean Village is going to be a heavy responsibility. Okay, who do we want to go to first? I guess we'll see him first. I already told you, it's not me. Sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge too.
Has increased.
Yo, Renry, thank you for the sub. What's up? I haven't, I have not heard that subscribe notification in a while because no one subs to me because I never stream. We have money now. Epic. Give all of it to me. Patreon.com/DonaldDeluxe. Don't do that. My Patreon sucks. Renry is rich now. Yeah, when I started making money, the first thing I did was subscribe to Twitch streamers. I can confirm. Okay, I guess we will go see Lady. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. I had to sub to you when I got my money for a while, lol, but there you go. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Epic. Happy half birthday. My half birthday was 4 days ago, so we'll call it that. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. You asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. No idea Mr. Light had such a vulnerable side. An Ace Attorney classic banger right here. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit, he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, please die. He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you. That's just a Wait a minute, this is just like... Actually, never mind. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. Used to the DS/3DS layout, so this looks weird. Wait, what do you, wait, is it different in the DS and 3DS? How so? What? How dare you say that? I mean, I guess it's widescreen, so... I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. But isn't that even tight? He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief? Ha! The very idea. The HD remaster UI looks horrible. Original text box and stuff. I think I've seen the original text boxes and like, I think it looks better, but I don't know. I'm so used to the way this one looks. But like, it's based off the original on like the objection.lols, right? Or am I mixing that up? Huh? Get what? Just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It's love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh. So then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to the Detective Atme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Mask to Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. Detective Atme knew more about Mask to Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I don't exactly call that office of his a hideout. The HD sprites aren't that bad in full HD. I've only reviewed them in 240p on the 3DS screen, so it was kind of like the original. I don't hate the 3DS, the HD sprites like a lot of people do. I think it's weird that they just kind of like drew over the direct pixel art. I think if since they're gonna remaster this game, I think it should have just totally redrawn everything, even if it meant a different art style. Like it would have looked different, but I don't know. I think it would have. I think it had potential to look cooler. I'm not saying it has to be like photorealistic or anything, but oh my god, photorealistic Ace Attorney. There's a live action movie that I hear isn't bad. No, it's literally it's the 3DS version is the same sprites but like at a weird like downscaled resolution. But they drew over the pixel sprites and like, but in like HD, like. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know anything about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20... Everything is only 20 minutes away in this game. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast. Are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. Well, why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. DeLight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. I like the newer spread in the 3DS more in the original. You get better colors, but the weirdness isn't too obvious. Really? I have to see the 3DS version. I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. I'm not the kind of just curl into a little ball into a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage, so I was frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. DeLight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. Remember, he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. But that's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. It was literally last game. Is Larry gonna be here? So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in the CEO's office. What does that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. The prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, it's not like you at all. Thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved, pal. Ho, ho, ho. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes, I feel like wrong's the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Didn't you get fired? Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to... Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us now. We need help. Okay, I tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security. A pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 o'clock this morning. The estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Probably an object in this room. Happened at exactly the same time that Mask the Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Cerebral hemorrhaging. That's a made-up word. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullet's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out? That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billard. Maybe we could start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Master Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Ho 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 ho. Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Amy was always around when the calling cards show up. He was always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Aminon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Yeah, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Stolen, the gem and the thief. This guard here, haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's very small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that he mentions it. Who's the... Wait. He's talking about... Not at me, but who in the... Is that Ron? I can't tell if that's Ron or Larry. It's not Larry. It's gotta be Ron. Ooh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. We used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that way just because he knew it hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is that Java-addicted mask maniac anyway? Prosecutor Goda? He's quite the enigma, yeah. The thing is, pal, I've never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. That is true, according to records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's a nice man in the court. A maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. I'll just turn the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Kodo guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Alright, time to examine. Hey, it looks like a super soft chair. Ooh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Eek! Ew, think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened up the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so... Well, Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in here. It must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. Almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight. What? He was a security chief? Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah. Sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. It's like the button in Monsters vs. Aliens. It either brings you a cup of coffee or it launches all your nukes. Maya, you launched the nukes. No. Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? That's possible on the night of the crime. Ooh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. Larry Butts is now the murderer. That'd be epic, actually, if they did that. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against the dark and cloudy sky. Thought I written on the bottom of the photo, the greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? This guy didn't get out enough, or he had a really rotten luck with the weather. If he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Damn. Check out this big thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah! What did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file's all about mask to mask. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Hey, Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Ammonon, 100,000. Like a list of all the treasures that Mask to Mask stole. $100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. What? No, it's not. No, shut up. Looks like some kind of a bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. Can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like these shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Be a good night's reading, if you've got insomnia. Something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Alright, did we get everything? Let's present you some stuff. What you wanna look at? Look at this list. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? Look up that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So? What are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold. That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. I really want you to show it to me. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. To how much? Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. Got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I only got 1 brain. I can see your ears and the eyes and the ears, but the jury is still out on the brain thing. Ugh. You should say that out loud. Maya agrees. That one's so weird. This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Mask to Mask. But he got away, anyway, huh? That guard? Got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. Detective Gumshoe, but okay. Yeah, half of this ain't gonna pertain to him. Let's get... This is proof that Ron DeLite was here on the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and his key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLite some more about those 2 things. About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot too, pal. How would Game Bullet have been blackmailing Ron DeLite anyway? Well, Mr. DeLite used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. I think we got everything. Yep. Thing is, there's no evidence the photo was tampered with. It's definitely taken at 12:48 a.m. Turn the tables of the trial today with the mystery of this missing brooch. There's something more to the missing piece of the costume jewelry. Do I need to show him this? Let's go. This will go here. It's gotta be Larry, right? Wow, this is really something else. Yeah, that's his jacket. That's gotta be it. She doesn't feel very secure. Uh-oh, I just remembered Larry might be. Hey, Nick, what's up? Let's go. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with the daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh, I thought he was going to be like, there was a murder? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, if I got some good info for you. Really, what is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya, but Nick here is a different story. Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then, and this is now. Oh, geez. Okay, well, let's examine first. Let's see this note. This poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Why has it got, like, Game Boy footage on, like, the screens? 1. Obey thy superior. Respect thy superior. Smile at thy superior. Salute thy superior. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. Your superior is dead. Wendy Oldbag. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I wish your superior was dead. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with her real, genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Okay, good. I did not want to see her. Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? So why hang your jacket there? Because it got me curious. The jacket's weight pulls the lever down. That's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. It's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. Oh, there's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it, pal. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works. Fine. Larry drinks chocolate milk. The screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them. All of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, I can't get regular TV on it. And how do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright? Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? I actually do want to see him and Oldbag interact, actually. That would be a good dynamic. This is such a good song. Okay. List. Look at. Hey Nick, I told you I'm a pro. I don't know if a pro is working. Okay. Oh, the buzzer. No, really? Are you in the newspaper? No. It's got to be something. Really? Okay. So he's just... You got nothing for us. Oh, did we talk to him? Oh, we should talk to him. Just give away information for free. Professionals were more. I don't know. Honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Yeah, I like that. This kid has some good claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron DeLight was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron Delight was fired. There was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. He must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. If he got fired a year ago, why would his oh, because he was here to... I was going to say why was his wallet here, but it's because... But why would his key card still work? And why would they not, like, change, like, the passcode on the safe and shit? Like... Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. I said to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. There's security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so for something small, I don't bother calling them. In other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You're in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Just part-time, and you are dumb. You're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you'd expect someone like him to take any responsibility. You know, the point is that you were here that night, right? Oh! Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. It's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? Alright, let's see. Well, I doubt we have it, actually, so let's skedaddle. Let's go to jail. Still not ready? Anything here? This place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect? Now that they know he was actually masked a mask. It's supposed to be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. What? Were we supposed to come here first? He's a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. Wasn't he in charge of the mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? You say something like, there's nothing like a good murder case, pal. Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Okay, I don't think there's anything here for us, actually. There's literally nothing here. Surprise is even an option. Okay. So maybe, do we have... Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you know what I do want to try? Presenting some profiles? What are your thoughts on... No. He's really got nothing. Okay, then I guess... I mean, let's go in and see. I don't know if we have a... I mean, okay, no, we can prove with the wallet. We can prove that he was here because he found the wallet. Well, of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? You sneak out of work yesterday just to go see Mr. Light? Well, that was that, and this is this. Any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow, now that's confidence. What's that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Is the wallet. Or the card, but we're gonna do the wallet. Swallow, you know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Killer snuck into studios after 10 p.m. during your shift. Okay, really? Like, this isn't even... What? We know it was after 10 p.m. because of the frickin' autopsy report. Oh, okay. I guess I was getting ahead of myself. When you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. Keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Or does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard? Anyway, according to the data, the door of the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m. the time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. Found at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Ooh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah, no. There we go. Ooh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? Got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I had to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend? It was like some horrible joke. If I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? What? So, is that why you left the security guard office? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I'll never make up for it, Nick. What can I do? What? Wahaha. Scroll up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything. Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will. Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Oh, now we go through and show him the evidence of what? This buzzer wasn't rang, so he wouldn't have known anyway? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why don't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's floor is on the first floor. Thought it would be a good idea to, Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. Because if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? Must be a record, right? Of course I did. Couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. You can look at it one more time. Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. Wow. What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake. Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m. That's when the murder happened. Dude, this guy fucked up hard. And they're playing it as a joke, but like, it's just kind of hitting me. Like, okay, so if he hadn't rang the buzzer, then you could argue it's like not as much Larry's fault because he wouldn't have known, depending on how the murderer got in. But like, all Larry does is fuck shit up. I know, but this is like bad. Like, everything before this was like fuck ups like as jokes, but this is like an actual guy died. Like, holy shit. Talk to me about this. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? But what are you going on about? Larry, plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. It reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. That is a good line. Okay, can you like tell me shit now? Was it Nick? Just that he seems so, I don't know, pleasant? Oh my god. Okay, eat shit, Larry. Oh, you. Maybe I shouldn't show you this. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Oh, okay. Then... Oh, I haven't been here yet. Treasure Karain. Exhibit is all ruined now. Sorry, it's just so sad. Big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it? Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Mask to Mask Desires. That'd probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa, 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 that's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Yeah, I didn't mean to come here. I want to go to the jail and see if he's done. He's not done. Okay. Well then maybe we do need to go to the museum. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews. Oh, that's right, she's British. So, how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's already been taken care of. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Master Mask's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it in the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. Looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Mask to Mask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. He sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so. What? So Master Mask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at that time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you know something suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask to Mask pretty well. I'm so glad that you got the sacred urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Not again with this bitch. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Okay, let's go. Jumping right in. Andrews, anything with the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's... It's the same. Could be a fake. Fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. If any evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Do I have any evidence that it was genuine? This is the only thing I have that pertains to the urn, so I'm gonna present it. Man. See? Look, it was a fake after all. The evidence is fake too, as I expected. Damn it. Colin, do I have the thing to do this yet? Okay. Let me go talk to Ron now. Fuck. Oh, we didn't present shit to her. It's real. Okay, nothing we don't know. Said he got hit on the back on the head with this by the thief, but that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Otmi was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. Gonna take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I don't know how, I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. Promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. But please be gentle with it. The whole exhibit would be brightened up by something shiny and gold. That's why I went to the trouble of borrowing it from a branch family training hall. A gold statue is totally cool in my book. It arrived rather late, so I thought I wouldn't be able to put it on display. Although it looks like the statue was moved on the night of the theft. Do you know anything about that? Huh? No, it certainly wasn't me that moved it. Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Security for received calling cards, but that was a mistake. The calling card to the very exhibit he was hired to guard. You know this guy? You. Didn't. Flim Fan Detective. Tongue and Rapper Blood. Isn't really important. Or was this always like this? Doesn't Nick? It says organized. You can't see the last two letters. Bro, fuck if I know. Alright, gotta figure this out. None of the cane shit. Oh, maybe, actually, maybe this shit would be. No? Okay, I thought. Okay, let me go try talking back to, what's her name? Because we got some new stuff here. So I'd like to present her this newspaper clipping. No, that was it. Damn it. I really don't know. There has to be a reason why we can still go to the detective agency. Trying to think. Ah! That's the box that they could earn it. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on it. Worked so hard to make that box, huh? You made that poor excuse of a box? I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Mask had taken the box, too. That's good. Oh my god, bitch. Proof that it was genuine. I don't know. Time to do the funny. Security camera photo, maybe? I don't see anything there that wasn't there before. Great deal of thanks to that badge. It's the only reason that I'm still here today. Oh, come on now, that's not true. I think what Nick means to say is, it wasn't thanks to the badge, it was thanks to me. Tell the truth, Nick. I know that's what you were thinking. No way, Maya. Didn't show what I thought it would. Send me there's another picture of them. Wait, you can press the up arrow to navigate to the next page of evidence? What the hell? That is epic. And you press the down arrow. That is a huge time saver. If I can get good at that. So instead of going, bruh. Okay, I need to master that. Anyway, the treasure exhibit is the only thing on her mind. I think that's a hint. Current exhibit is my first job after last year's ordeal. Really want it to be a success. Got an idea? Why don't you redo the whole poster? Put something like voted best treasure exhibit by Master Mask. My, it's a fantastic idea. I've given her all the... Is it her that I need to talk to? To talk to Ron first, actually. Well, the problem with that is that I'm going to talk to Mr. Delight here, and he ain't showing up. Hey, cop, how you doing? He's looking at the camera and making funny faces. So, like, how do I get Ron to show up? Oh, I could present a profile of this guy. Oh, I know. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy. Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night. Naturally, I know that. He's a pretty sly man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. That was just so he could work him like a slave. Mr. Delight ever have a problem with Mr. Bullet himself? And if you did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. Interesting. Show Gumshoe the letter. Bum bum ba da da dum bum bum. Yes, I did. Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot too. Yeah. Yeah, I did show him the letter. What is that dialogue with? No, when I get the main dialogue, it'll like say, like, hey, let's go talk to Ron Delight. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He has some issues, doesn't he? Huh? Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man are his lame pickup lines. It's even more sad, a said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Looks like he blew it again, huh? Grr, I don't like this man one bit. He's had it in for my Ronnie from the very beginning. It's his fault that Ronnie is under suspicion of committing murder. Plus, he lobbed a coffee grenade at me. You look pretty silly wearing that mug on your head like a birthday hat. Oh, I know, we can get him back tomorrow by returning fire with a milk grenade. Based. I guess you wouldn't know who that is. You know who this is? As long as I've got my motorcycle and my Ronnie, I'm happy. Well, that's so sweet. Oh, that plus a little excitement and a little shopping money. Then I'm happy. Now she's starting to sound a bit greedy. Don't you think, Nick? Bro, what the fuck? I cleared like 3 floors and Junpei just ditches me. Yo, Persona 3 moment. Let's go. I think Maya's important. I did the Maya dialogue. I did all of this. Unless I have to present stuff to her. I didn't think about that. Should I be like, statue? You know, even I didn't know the statue existed until a little while ago. Didn't Adrian say it's from a Fey Branch Family's training hall or something? Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep in desolate mountains. Why does it have to be desolate mountains? Like, was that important dialogue or was that like world building dialogue? Can I use this on you? What do you think about this? I guess to do something with this case, but I'm not really sure. Like they could write Maya dialogue for like literally anything. Yep, that's the real thing. O'clock in the morning. I'm gonna tamper with it. This photo, it's got the time on it too. Yeah, and security camera belonged to Lori Taylor. I mean, couldn't have tampered with the photos timestamp to show the wrong time. Should I keep going without Junpei? I mean, you shouldn't. If your teammates are tired, you shouldn't go to Tartarus. To talk to Gumshoe about Kane. We had an extensive conversation about Kane, but no, I did not click on Kane's picture, so I guess we didn't talk to him about Kane. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullbard. That's Kane Bullbard, not Shane Bullbard. Bluebard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbering like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. There's a chance to get some more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Ah. Tell us some more about Mr. Bullard. CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends out security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have gotten a chance to learn a lot about secrets during his work. Oh, and? And I don't know how to put this guy, but he was kind of a money grubber. Really, me too. I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Ooh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. What, really? Yeah. After screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent around the blackmail letter, huh? Is that it? Can I go to jail now? Yo! Ah, Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see, on the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lordy Taylor department, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. Delight, you still insist that you're Mask to Mask. Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Hee ha 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 ho 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 hee hee hee. Take a good look, everyone. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So the person dressed up as Mask to Mask in this photo, it's got to be Detective Atme. So that night, you didn't go to Lordy Taylor. You went to KB Security? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail notes said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So I used the key card to unlock the door. It's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? Oh. And suddenly, they bashed me over the head. Bam. Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. I thought I should do something with the body. Oh no. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden Mr. Delight kinda sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Oh shit. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you know? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Whew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. So we became Mask to Mask for Desiree, huh? Because of woman! Alright, so what are we gonna present? See ya. Mr. Bullard, my old boss, it's so sad. Do you have any idea what might have happened? Was there anyone that might have wanted him dead? Oh yeah, sure. Mr. Bullard was the type of guy who made lots of enemies. He did lots of threatening things to people. Wait, do you mean he scared people or that he threatened them with blackmail? Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Isn't he great? I wish I could be half as cool as him. Besides, he's the only one who really believed me when I said I was the thief. Hey, hang on a second. This is the guy that had you arrested for murder. Well, I still don't think that makes him a bad person. What in the world do you see in that coffee-crazed prosecutor? We're gonna do profiles first, actually. He's an ace detective, alright. He's been hot on my trail ever since the first heist. Yes, but he made a pretty stunning confession in court today. It was me all along on Master Mask. I don't know what to say. I guess he's just delusional. That's exactly what your wife said about you. Desi, she really has a thing against criminals. Do you have any idea why that is, Mr. Delight? Well, if you want to know the details, you'll have to ask her. The thing is, after I lost my job at KB Security, I need to earn money to keep her satisfied. Lots of money. But I just couldn't seem to find a good job. That's why I wound up becoming the thing that Desi hates most. A thief. Once I decided to become a thief, I started studying like crazy. Studying? Like what? Petty Larceny 101? The history of pilfering? No. But I watched a lot of movies and read a lot of novels, and I played Persona 5. Oh yeah? I admire you for doing your homework, if for nothing else. All the great ones had their own trademarks. Flashy costumes, calling cards, unique laughs, and catchy slogans like, "Farewell, my friends." I figured I needed to do a good job with that if I was going to make a splash. Yeah, I guess you really can't say goofy stuff like that unless you're a master thief. Farewell, or we shall meet again. You know, hokey stuff like that. I'm not getting anywhere with this guy. It's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it, it makes a terrible racket. Hee, sorry, I just love making a lot of noise. Does this buzzer have something to do with this case? Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. Print on anything else for that matter. Oh, eat shit. Yes, it does. Buzzer went off just when he was killed. Ooh, that's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. I'm surprised by how clueless he is. This list. We found them in the office of the CEO. Hey, this is a list of all the things Master Mask stole. It's the value of each item listed next to them. You sure that's the value of the stolen items? The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the price should be at least 3 times higher than that. He knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. From mask to mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right, and I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I had my mask to mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket, and I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. Regarding this photo, is that? Yeah, okay, I knew it. That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. I just needs to figure that out. Even pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. As you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Oh, that's how he had it. Then I got the chance to remake my costume. Quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, first of the blackmail letters. I'm starting to win? Tell me more now. Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Whoa. What the hell? What is this music? Oh my god. Chord change. Go down. What the? Is this like an investigation theme? Like we're gonna get to hear this like again? Like. Who was in the studio making this? Oh my god. And then it lives. Oh my god, this game is so when I finished Ace Attorney 2, when I finished Justice for All, I'm like, I'm gonna play Trials and Tribulations and it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be as good as Justice for All. There's no way. And like that first case was so good. And then this case is really good. It's like Noyuki Iwade was in the studio making it. Yo. Oh my god. Can you? Because can you like DM me the link to this on YouTube, so I don't get spoiled? And if you can you find it on Spotify? I don't know if you have Spotify, but find it on Spot so I can get the Japanese title. Oh my god. I'm adding this shit to the Ace Attorney playlist. Ah. This blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Ammonon heist. So my first letter, it said, I know you did it. Someone found out about your true identity just like that? Ah, it's not easy being a master thief, you know. Got proof that it was you, so give up. Went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Well, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. Wait, is that? The plans in the mail. Hang on. $10,000. Okay, so that's low. What are these plans you're talking about? They're instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. Security blind spots, escape routes, even suggested training methods. No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Master Mask after all. But someone else is behind it. It's him and the detective. Like how 1 and 2 had investigation, opening, and core, but 3 has opening and middle stage. Like what happened to core? Ah, see, I don't know any of these songs by their name. So core, right? Because it goes opening, core, and then middle stage in 1 and 2, right? Or am I remembering that wrong? I like that little sample that play. It's not a sample, that like a little bit. Not here, but it only plays once in the left channel. It's really good. Wait for the cash to come in the mail. Trying to look so gleeful about it. So good urn because of those plans too. Well, see, the truth is I've never seen the urn. Just follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. I think you told me the truth. Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? So one more thing I want to ask you. It's Kane Bullard. Do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? Yeah. Okay. Stick Maya. Hey. Ah! I'm just here at jail, because that's what children do. They said it's the real urn. Oh. Oh, there's our proof. Just one small problem. Just let Pearls walk right. Yeah, she's like 9 years old. It's cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint and that they were put on the urn recently. Yeah, we gotta find how they got there. Okay, I'll stop. God, what a good song. Okay. Time to investigate the British. Hello there. Seen you around lately? What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. She's like, bruh. If we take another good look at this urn, figure out what actually happened here. Yeah, time to beat you up. Metaphorically speaking. Do I know anything? I'm in charge of... Yeah, we already read this. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is a genuine article. Pearls went back to Korean village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. Now it looks like the same thing has happened. Quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Because it's broken. Adrian, yeah, that's exactly what she's like. Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. Time this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo was this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth. Ah, wait. 4? Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. Probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last psyche lock suit. The urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor. Pink splotches. I'm about to present it again. Andrews. Purpose. No, okay. Box in the background again. Oh, come on. Yeah, you're right. There's pink paint on it too. There's definitely some color stuff in the art. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, to be fair, they did say, I think we should look around again. All right. Wait. Yeah, no. You have to look at it, but with Pearl with you, because she's the one that mentions the pink splotches. Saren has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. That's in the box, and the urn was stored in too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So what does that prove? It's dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. So the story's obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lord Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that. Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? Yes, I can. What? You can see the splotches. I'm gonna save so I don't die. Adrian being difficult again. Let me guess. I need to go click on the things. Mr. Nick, could it be the odd shape is? Yeah. Doing it exactly what I thought it would. Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. call it. We speed running. Oh shit! Wait! Oh, I need to read that. There's an odd shape imprinted as a part of the paint stain. Am I right? Yes. Put this box in the impression on the paint. You can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there, and that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. Cool. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boys just make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. This song, epic. Not only did I, the bad ending music. I tried to hide what I did. The miracle never happened. It's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. Happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. Why isn't the music looping? I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed into the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken piece of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. But I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Kurain Village. Yeah, there are 2 CGs to show Adrian fucking up and dropping their urn. I was gonna say something about that. Like, why? And that's where the IM got changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written. Any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy. Any sane person? Yes, make fun of the child. Oh, anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, we didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. It's the golden statue to cover. Oh. Cut her some slack. I know. I just think it's fun. No sane person would ever assume it was spelled wrong. It was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. Mr. Nick. Paint marks on the walls or the floors of the warehouse from here. That's a good reason for that. The day of the crime around noon. Old statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. Realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering with the paint stains. Should I put it where you first saw it? It's one thing I find strange. What is a pearl? Day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. Well, Miss Andrews? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? And who was it? Who would have done it and why? That statue was definitely close to the door. The next day was moved, but why? Looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. But why? Why do you think so, Nick? That night, the real thief, Rhonda Light, was at cave security. So then why did another masked mask show up here? All different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. Right, but we have literally no evidence to prove his innocence. Alright, let's see. I want to be done streaming. I forgot that one was so good. I want to finish streaming by like 10:30. All will be revealed in due time. So it's 8:40 now. So that gives me 2 hours to do trial. I didn't save it all during that. So if like my game fucked up. Well, I did save actually right before that. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? I don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? How don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? Say they're going to try him as Mask to Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? I thought she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls is really... Is it Gumshoe? It's gotta be Gumshoe talking to us. Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Oh. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that can't be right. A thief can't really be poor. Let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans someone had been setting to help him commit the heist. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Mr. Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. How come? Let's just take our time like always. Afraid that's not an option. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Rondelay. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge. This fucking guy. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with the opening statement. The judge just accepted it. Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Rondelay is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Goda. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was an estimated 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godo, please call your first witness. Why is he shaking his head? I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godo, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Rondelay, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... Remember when Mia was defending me? She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. I don't trust this guy. I know the game wants me to, but you've got guts, trite. Alright then, Mr. Rondelay, please take the stand. He already took the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. From out there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got ordered me to go there. I didn't work for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. Never know from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. So let me just look at his testimony he gave us. Wait, I thought he gave a testimony. Oh, this. Okay, that's not important then. 1 a.m., huh? You absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office, or no. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow. My internal clock was a bit. It's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bowler, was murdered. It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Ordered you there. It's the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. You've gotten other blackmail letters then? Of course, they're like, steal this, do that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? I'm kind of scared to press harder, but... The blackmail letter in question say. It said bring 50k. Come on, yeah, a perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? For all, he had nothing to hold over my head, I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Witness, let's have that I need your testimony. Buddy Mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. So what were you being blackmailed about anyway? Blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? Sure, I was referring to the whole mask to mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. You didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Mr. Delight didn't believe he was... Miss Delight didn't believe he was mask to mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. A year ago, so I knew where his office was. Is his wife not watching this trial? Yes, that's right. Security chief, you? Yet a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? Isn't good. Maybe we should change the subject. Why were you? I want to know why you were fired. Tell us why you're fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I'll take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed the money. Well, you see, so that's kind of a hobby. Salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Oh. KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies, and since I was security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately. Wish I had never asked that. Smarter to keep it a secret and made it seem like I'd quit on my own. Nick, you don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. It's an important fact. Please add it to your testimony. So was that the right thing? I don't know. Well, for wasting money. It's not a waste. So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. Not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Be sure to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful. If we don't find a way to make it spill the beans, we'll never get close to the truth. I feel like it's gonna be one of these. Oh, shit. You got other blackmail letters, though, that you followed. This is a stretch, but okay, no. Fuck. Okay, I need to save. gotta be this last statement. I can't find anything that like contradicts this though. Nothing he said is like contradictory that I can think of. In order to go there. Did it? Oh no, it just said to go to KB Security. It didn't say to go to CEO's office. What? Literally. You know, I do think that statement is weird too. Fuck. Let me read this. If you want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and move $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. It's part about the blackmail not scaring him. Okay. I keep forgetting that you can present profiles. Because if I ever get stuck and it's a profile, just remind me that I can present profiles and I will like instantly. I always forget that. And it's the second game you can do this shit in. Because as soon as you, well, I mean, you mentioned the name, so that gave it away. But like, I remembered. It's so obvious now. Objection theme. Objection theme. Come on. Wow, but listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh, No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry. Never say those lines when you're... We've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. That really did take me 20 minutes, huh? Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He sold data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. Ugh. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Dwight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow in there. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember looking a bit dazed. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Sybil was lying there dead. Oh, so he came in costume. Here from yesterday provided similar testimony. Struck him on the head from behind. Ah, no one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I was really attacked. Plus, you son that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Kodo. I have faith in my Ron. I know he didn't do it. In his Ron. Who that suspicious shadow reminds you? Suspicious shadow? What does it remind you? I know what it reminds me of. You know, I think we're on the same wavelength here. Shut up. What do you mean shut up? We're literally, we see eye to eye. Actually, I already know what to press on. How was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait a moment, Master Mask? Huh? How did I forget to mention it before? To be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, do you know about this? You never told me this. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep his secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Okay. Wearing my Mask to Mask costume. Because I'm Mask to Mask, of course. Mass trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. I should just go soon to be safe. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. What do you mean I took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the other one not in the loop here? that was a good one. That was a high quality Godo line. Yes, sir. Looks like Stormfront is moving over in the Fairweather Judge. Took about 10 minutes. Clarify. Elaborate. Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. Saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ah, I think you had a simpler reason for that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. Certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes. What is it, Nick? Just had a thought. In those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? Spend 10 whole minutes to do it. What circumstances? Oh, hey Nick. If you think his behavior is so strange, 20% of evidence that would show just what those circumstances were. It's not much in this. Yeah. Okay, so it's got to do with the button. would be my theory, so... Yeah, there we go. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this? What this might be? Record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. The button is in the office, it is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running through. According to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Well, what? Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. You probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. I love this theme. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, where does Coffee go? The guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, was anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. The sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There was no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? And he recovers. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed, willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious, so he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? The real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Yes. There were no fingerprints. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought about what you're going to say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself. Naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the buttons free of fingerprints? Order, order, order. Ha, it would seem. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha, looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. We just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? Killer clobbered Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Some guts. I like that in an opponent. call security, but they knew that Larry wouldn't be there. That is my theory. They set up the thing with the girlfriend and the ex-wife. That would be really funny if that was a true coincidence and that was just a Larry moment. But the killer knew that if they pressed that moment, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. That buzzer sounded. There were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in the situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. That doesn't make sense though, because Ron was knocked out. I think he just realized that too. Stop. Maybe not. Order, order, order. Ha, it would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Mask the Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Then, who was it? Well, the game gave it away by showing his silhouette. His suspicious shadow, as BKZ put it. Detective Luke Atme. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Luke Atme? You mean Mask to Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask to Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order, order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Can be confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Mask to Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along, to be found guilty. Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordy Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unsaleable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? That's badass. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. I'm really sure about this. That's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. But can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice. It sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Well, Sir Detective Atme. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who... Who was this? Who is this fine fellow? That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atme. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Felix Wright, attorney at law. I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Master Mask? That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. Well, what? Judge Alt Skin. Who is defending Luke? I wanna know. Phoenix is like the only defense attorney. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, what did I say? 10:30. I want to stream till so at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go take a melatonin so I can be asleep by like 11. Or we finish this in 45 minutes. I mean, who knows? My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive inside your heart. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordy Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof, and it's got to happen sooner rather than later. This court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. I did not expect this guy to come back so soon. Who would have thought to see you acting so recklessly? I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. By the name of Mask the Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I've been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Tried as Master Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask. Of course. Very well then, Luke Atme, let us begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Soon they earned his Master Mask, as I announced I would. More than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. Photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time which the camera captured Master Mask was the same as the murder. Yeah, that's a pretty tight. If you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Fortunately, Mr. Atme, we sought to do a cross-examination. Fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. He's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Okay, just keep pressing. Called Mask a Mask, because you're wearing a mask. We accomplished this with Master Mask create an alibi. What an interesting idea. Saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice. I don't have anyone to do this for, but we'll name it anyway. Oh, what if it was Ron? he told Ron. No. I don't know. Because, no, Ron was at the security place. Who's this person? Damn it. I thought they'd have funny dialogue for Gumshoe. Well, the aura that this person has around them is some other aura. You'd be right up. Okay. I don't think I can name the accomplice. Right now, I have no idea who it was. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right, that was over 20 days ago if I'm not mistaken. Set the calling card to Lord Lee Taylor. Oh, it's Lord Lee? I thought it was Lordy. D, there's no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. Perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. Truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills. The armor was stolen from Lord Lee Taylor while he was the only one watching it. He had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know that it's odd. We're gonna present his profile. No. Okay. I thought I was onto something. We need to prove that, like, he... Maybe his calling card? No. I feel like I'm onto something. Photograph means evidence. Everything that proves I committed the crime. That proves you committed the crime. Think about it, it's really odd. See that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose. Simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. Indeed. Turns out, no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Surely the killer's got to be something phony in that photo. Thought I was doing a hard read there. The camera that took this photograph. Now it's all too clear what you're thinking. Here, alter the timestamp on the photograph. Afraid that's impossible. Set up by Lord Lee Taylor. Saying this photo's a fake, or the photo itself is. Bam bam. It's not naming the other person because we don't have any evidence for that. I don't know what statement it is. I think it's this one. You know, because Maya kind of said it was. You have to press him on everything? I did. Didn't I? Yeah, I had that. I mean, I'll make sure because I know I saved and loaded and shit, so. No, it's we either have to prove that the mask is a fake or the picture is something's wrong with the picture. Yeah, okay, so we pressed him on everything. Press him on the photograph statement again. Who committed the crime? It's really odd. So that I had the picture taken on purpose. We all have days like that. Turned out there's no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. There's got to be something phony in that photo. It's not press everything and then press this, right? Because based on that dialogue, it's kind of what it seems like. No, I didn't mean to do that. No, look, it's this line here for Maya. Or with Maya. Either the mask to mask and the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is fake. But it gets reset when you load. Oh my god. That's kind of dumb. Oh, shit. But if the urn was stolen from Lordy Taylor while he was the one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his... Oh, no, we already did this. Sorry, the music stopped. I was like, whoa. Okay. Let's save right here. Camera could not have manipulated it. I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here. Isn't there something funny? Finding that this picture is a fake? But there's definitely something strange about this picture. Took a look around the basement warehouse that night before that took place. Again that night. When was this moved? I'm assuming it's the paint. It's like the only other thing in the picture. The funny part is right here. Why? Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Danganronpa. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches. This judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Only a couple more months until Danganronpa's playable on the Switch, and then it's no longer a good console. And there's no more good console. Well, I guess the only good console would be the Xbox, which sucks, you know? But I guess that's the timeline we live in. Well, Mr. Wright, supposed to be here in this picture instead of the paint stains. Yo mama. Supervisor to the treasure exhibit stated the following. But there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. Night the theft took place, saw the statue in that spot. This picture was truly taken on that night, then the statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. The old bag. So it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move at that distance. Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Give us the rhyme and reason as to why the statue was moved that night. Never mind who moved it. The question is, why did they move it? Who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? We only have a couple options, so. Look at me. Come now, sir lawyer. Here you go again on one of your strange delusions. Basically, strange delusions. This was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. Indeed, very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? Here's where our battle really begins. That's right. What reason did the witness have to move that statue? Shouldn't be masked to mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lord Lee Taylor that night. This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If you had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Where in this photo does this lie exist? Bruh, I don't know. The door being open. Confused again. I think you need to take a look at the gander in your local mirror. A half-truth is a whole lie. Listen, you'll be the one on trial. Shit. Come on. I mean, the paint stains are accurate. I don't know. Oh. We have to fake to make it seem like he was not at the office. Oh. I was looking at like physical objects in the thing. But what do you mean? I'll tell you what exactly I mean. The night in the question, look at me went to Cape Security and murdered King Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious and impossible for him to have been at Lord Lee Taylor at this time. What does it have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And if it was placed there in order to cover up the paint... Exactly. Luke Adme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. So in order to create an alibi for that time, He took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. Ah. The statue on the night of the murder. Did to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo. Grah! Order. Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by Lord Lee Taylor's staff. The program we used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order. Mr. Godo, what is the meaning of this? Say something funny. Godo, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the defense is a very good point. A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions, Mask to Mask. Should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. First received the request from Lord Lee Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. It's an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. Last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. Stuff we've heard before, isn't it? But we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Zavari. Then Mr. Wright may begin your cross-examination. Right. It seemed they had heard of my Zvarkling reputation. Ugh. Watch out too, Maya. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews especially taken with that urn. She wouldn't let anyone into the storeroom, not even me. Huh. Interesting new tidbit. Never seen that urn before. Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm yourself. She was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, I, Luke Adme, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. Oops. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. I think this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Fortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. I have the urn in my hand for the first time. It couldn't matter terribly much. Hey Nick, this photo is a fake. Demi might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. It's true, you know. He's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. Well, I mean, there's the poster. Let me see very clear. You never seen the urn. So it's definitely this statement. Let's just hang on. I mean, I'm gonna save. Just come a little low on health, but let's go for it. Okay, that would have been too easy. So. Place in this box, kept out of sight. Oh. There's also, it could be this statement. He's not really holding it. He's just sort of got the box. You didn't even know it was in the box because the box was closed. Hang on, the proof's not the picture. The proof is in the box. Oh, we haven't used the box as evidence yet. There's our evidence. Now. Da sacred urn. Think it would matter terribly much. Yeah, we already proved that photo was fucked up. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. How do we do that? I thought we already did that. Isn't that what we did? Like last statement? Like. So how do we know the photo is fake? Because of the paint. And the lack of well, because of the stat. Wait. No, we didn't prove the photo was fake. We just proved we gave a reason for the statue being moved. Assuming the photo was fake. That's the thing. No, we're still kind of proving that the photo was fake. Ugh. I'm like. He took the photo before he sent the card. How do we know that? Oh, you can check the card. Oh, shit. Security Lord Lee Taylor. I will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your treasure creating exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? And yet you knew... Wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going because I'm sick, but I'm almost done. You should stick around. Okay. So, the vase. The vase was broken. He didn't know that. And he thought it was expensive, but we know that it's not. Because the British lady said so. So... Okay. Mr. Atme, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from that calling card that Master Mask... I didn't know you could check the calling card. I should have done that. Take good care of that speckled urn. Oh, speckled. Oh. So that refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there was no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? The pink spotted pattern on this urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. Huh. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or perhaps I should say an error-prone human. 2 CGs. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern, which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, saw when this fake photo was taken. It's because this photo is a fake. Your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Bow now, bow. Bow now, bow. Bow now, bow. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Uh-oh. Is this Cup 17? Ha. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No, don't fall for that, too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Kane Bullard. But let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. My merry murderous motive manifest. Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, sir, old-timer. Doing everything they can to make Ron look sus. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. I, Luke Atme, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he has masked the mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Okay. Wait, what? That's big, what? Okay, we got this. That's just your imagination talking. And the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we have that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story and better saved for another time. It's not my experience. So you're going to try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard. Ah, man, this song's so good. And it goes when it goes in the B section and in 4 bars. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, it's so good. Should press him for more testimony. Okay. I get what you're picking up. I will. Doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard. We weren't able to find any links between them. It's all in the report. So we're connected through their work. They were both involved in security. Nope, that was blunt. In any case, the only one with the motive was Mr. Delight. But Doofus, how's Persona 3 going? Mistook. That's right, mistook. From Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. Good, but BKZ, I did not ask you. So who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Press harder. Defendant from Master Damask. Don't you already know that? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tia Rahman. Photo shows a magnificent detective as well, is it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari. He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask. I see. That was an unusually reasonable discussion. This blackmail letter right here says bring 50K. And handwriting is without a doubt the victim's. There's no mistake, we have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere. An addressee. This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there's no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder. What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? His wife? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that something's not quite right about this blackmail letter. Wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certainly already aware. Zavari. Cape Security has a lot of security info in all sorts of companies. Security, yeah. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. There's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office, evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually Master Mask? On that point, there is an unfortunate bit of chance. It's quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. Do you really think that story is going to hold up? Assertion is not really my own, I'm afraid. I've here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's Master Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Well, Mr. Trite. Ugh. Was he just trying to act like Miss Delight just now? I thought it was actually pretty convincing. They had the background music and everything. Not just your imagination talking. Come now, sir lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction. The result. Oh, okay. I already done this one. Okay, how do we connect them? So you have to talk about the blackmail. Really intended for Ron. Should promote testimony. Okay, well, I already did that. I pressed as much as I could, so... No, fuck. Sent it to Ron Delight. But what if it wasn't to Ron Delight, but rather... No? Getting too far ahead of myself. Shit. Bow now now. I don't think it's profile home. Neither do I. I'm trying to think of what it would be. It's definitely presenting something. That red diamond you received the other day instead. Red diamond. Yeah. That's what's weird. What if it's... Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. What if it's Bullard addressing it to @me, and the red diamond is referring to the ring on his finger? I didn't mean to flick you off, I'm sorry. So it's referring to that, and @me just kind of threw it at Ron's house because @me had still been giving Ron direction. So Bullard thought it was @me who was okay. So that's the connection, the red diamond. It's a bit of a stretch. Which statement? Am I close, like, at all? Oh, I forgot about this statement. Okay. If it's not that, you're on the right track. Press this? I don't remember pressing this. What is that going to prove? I will. Still on the right statement. Okay. Good enough for me. Oh, duh. Duh, the sentence to Ron part. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective @me? Well, just a few, I guess it's alright. Said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight. I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. Times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Turn the man up, Mr. Wright. Drinking evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. What? What do I... Is it a profile? I'm gonna say the profile. I really don't know. Yeah, okay. A little one punch like that wouldn't even faze me. I think you mean 1-2 punch. Mr. Wright, try thinking things through. Oh, what? What do they mean point out? I need to be careful saving. I have like no health. And the shows the contradicting evidence in the content. Okay. True identity reveals the world. Communicate security at 1 a.m. October 12th. Bring 50k. That all lines up. Except the 50k part, which he wasn't going to do. That's fine. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. But what evidence do I have of that? None of those are red are they? Hang on. I have a theory. Wait, where's the newspaper clipping? Check. No, that's a blue diamond. Never mind. Okay. I keep thinking this is a pack of gum. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. Thank you, Big Hissy. Contains a picture of the tear of Ramon, the stolen jewel. Problem is this jewel's color. Color? Not much for discussing color myself. Clipping the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmailed letter, a totally different jewel was mentioned. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of Emanon the mess stole at all. Your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. This is who Kane Bowler was actually blackmailing. Let's go. It was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single mask-to-mask case. Last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. Probably be the one wrapped around conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond. Order in the court. Order. Seems you've gotten too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Oh, I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atme? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. This. The blackmail letter containing the following passage. Don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? He killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. As a blackmailer? Look at me. Was a blackmailer. Objection. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? So that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. You're saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rondalite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. You start receiving Yep. And Rondalite was actually mask to mask. That's what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And someone was none other than Luke Atme. Shush, silence! Please go crazy. Now I see it's all becoming clear. We're in grade school, we receive the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions, am I wrong? How did you... Say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight, in which case I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Sure they couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. Hey, Luminarians, how you doing? It is indeed Maya Monday. You're about to get the tail end of this case. I hope it's the tail end, because I gotta go to bed. Do be 10 p.m. They look at me, know that Ron Delight was Mask to Mask. This. Because he had the costume. Because the first thing. Hang on, I'm overthinking it. Right here. I think I see it. See what? We're in grade school. You receive the same report card every year. Get to do a lot of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. This picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. That's when you figured it out, Mr. Abney. That's when you learned that... Why did I skip that? What the... Was Mr. Master Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. What a fraud. Why you... How dare you expose me like that? I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. Why can't you understand that? Always doing the pose. Party on. Or what do you know so far? Of what, this case? Why, I'm about to figure it all out. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. What, you... How dare you even dare imply so lowly deaths? Why is it true you just have a big mouth of yours? You're really fools. Fools, I say. None of you can be compared to my genius. You're just jealous. So good. Descrante comandre. The ace detective cannot handle blackmail, murder, threats. I'll get away with all that. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It's enough to make one laugh. It's a good theme. What do I know so far? Everything. That was quite a performance. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. X. Oh my god. Cup 17. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. That he wasn't that Laurie Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. But... Still one thing you have to prove. Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB Security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No, no way. No, they extended the gameplay by like 30 minutes. Oh, or by 5. I want to hear your answer. The defense can prove it. Are you sure? Don't you worry, I'll watch over you. As you break down and fall to pieces. Come on. I don't know. You can't prove it? Can't tell if you're being serious or not. Well, I'll know. Let me provide something I don't think is right, and then if there's like a go back option, that's how you know. Oh no! Mr. Wright, it's bitter, very bitter. Okay, yeah, that's how you know when it takes you back to the option and you can't prove it. I can't prove it. But if we hear more of Detective Adler's testimony, fortunately, it's as far as you go. Not for any more testimony, that's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. We have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. Face his guilty verdict with Master Mask. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that the love wins out. Oh no, we just proved that he wasn't Master Mask. Now he's gonna get off scot-free. The full force of my ace detectiveness. Came here specifically to annoy you about a meme I made in memes, lol. Check it out. I will do so after the stream, which will be soon. Also, hi, Maria. Can't believe this. At this rate, Juan is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Huh? Well, why? This guy. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullitt is concerned. Is that how double jeopardy works? I don't think that's how double jeopardy works. Something I can possibly do to win. The real killer Luke Atme will go free. No more testimony, and for Allah to declare that there will be no more further questioning. Or any objections? Her? You're a child. This was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. Phoenix. Wait. Oh, that's Mia. Never mind. I thought. Damn it! I got so excited. I thought it was Francisca. I started doing my accent and everything. Forgot what I used to tell you. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Damn it! I heard a girl voice and I was like, whoa. Can be tried for a crime a second time when you were considered innocent. That voice. Long time no see. Yeah, okay. I forgot she can do that. Damn it. Okay, fine. You're cool, I guess. And now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. But there's nothing more we can do. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. Your Honor, it's nice to something very interesting. You've cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Fortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. So, lawyer, it seems that the love wins out in the end after all. Case detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Oh, so that was the testimony? Shall prove their importance via cross-examination. Alright, to question them. Where's your coffee? Made some remarks. So then, let's do this last bit of cross-examination. Skoda, what are you? Yeah, it sounded like her. Sorry, I found out on YouTube there's like an insane amount of Franziska von Karma fan cams for some reason. I don't know why, but like I get into this bad habit where I click on one of them and then I watch like 5 or 6 of them. They're really addicting for some reason because the video editing on them is like superb. They remind me of like Maya Monday, but like way beyond my editing skills. It's what I wish Maya Monday could be. Okay, that was a cool little gimmick, the last testimony. That was not a Lordly Taylor. The day beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. Abundantly clear that he was there. How did you know that? It only sounded once. Victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Blackmail letter. The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. For all the evidence points to that poor boy. His earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. Let's look over all the documents. It's elementary, sir lawyer. To make even more trouble for us now. Sir Lawyer. Your last chance. Evidence that contradicts that testimony. So it would seem. Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always have to mean you have to present evidence, doesn't it? You can't point out case-breaking contradiction. Okay, so people hydrate. You know what's so funny is that I have like 3 bottles of water here and they're all oh well, this one has a little bit. Also, Maria, what are you doing? I thought you were like stuck on the first game. Shouldn't you not be watching this? You should play the first game. It's really good. Cup number 17, the last one. Epic. Without presenting evidence. All I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Oh, you only get 1 chance though. Oh, that's epic. I didn't know you were gonna do that. I drank it all. Get up to get more? No, because then I'll get tired. And I have to end soon. I'll do it at the end. Be careful. Okay, okay, okay. Refund. Do you want a refund? I thought you could refund channel points. Where the hell do you refund channel points? Ba 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 ba. I swear there was a thing to do. Oh, channel points reward queue. There we go. Okay, have your points back. There we go. Save your hydrate for another time. Okay, save. Posture check. There we go. Why did you leave? No. I think it's a second one. Wait, why would the victim care if he left Prince? I'm gonna do the second one. Thank you, Maria. Objection. Still don't get it, dude. Try it. This isn't time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. Said this before. Still one thing you're improving. Ow, ow, ow. No, no, no. No, no, no. No. It's not letting me go back. Okay, so we need to prove that he was there? Okay, easy. Keycard and wallet is clear. I think it's that one. It's literally not letting me go back. Like, oh my god, this is the meta case where they say fuck you for like saving all the time. This is really good, actually. Like, I'm not mad that I'm gonna get booted to the title screen every time. Oh my god. Try to escape to safe scum now, fucker. Yeah, exactly. That's so good. Oh my god, then I don't know. Mia, give me a hint. Something Abby shouldn't know about. Yeah, I thought it was the keycard and wallet. The buzzer he knows about because all the evidence went through him. How did you know he was wearing that outfit? God. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godo. We got it. What? Mr. Atme? They even made the beginning of the statement the same, so anyone who was like going through them all would be like, ah, shit, and would like skip it. That's so fucking smart, man. That you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony. And he's gonna be like, oh, but you said that he was in the costume, and be like, no, you were in trial in the other room, and even you said that you didn't know what was going on in this trial, where you were on trial in the other room. How many fingerprints? Why? So Light was wearing his master mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed. That's why I said magic's absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Light was smashed? Oh my God, that was in trial. Bow now, bow. Oh my God, that's so fucking smart. Do you understand now? Let's go. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask to Mask, so then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Urk, well... come on, this instructor must have known about it. 11 fucking statements, and if you press on the wrong one, you die. That's so fucking cool. I hope that only happens once, but it's so cool. It's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Abby to have found that out. Only one. One way, you say. If you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. There's a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed a real killer. Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there was no way to tell whether the real killer was at me. It's with this statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Oh, that was him? I had no idea. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Uh-oh. Oh, he's gonna go sicko mode. He's blasting off? It would have been funny if he just... Take a good look, everyone. I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. Yeah, it won't work now. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight, and upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty at Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan, to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. Came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Oh my God, don't blow it, Ron. Reaching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't realize you were there. About the verdict, I know. You've never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am master. That trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? You said double... Oh, shit. Now that you mention it, I've been careless. What do you think, Mia? As long as the defendant says the rule of double jeopardy is absolute, a defendant can never be tried twice with a... Oh! Master Mask is really innocent. It seems so, for now. Can't he be tried for his other crimes? That's badass. That's such a cool way to use Double Jeopardy. This is really lucky. Wait, alright. This isn't so good after all. See, I'm still Master Mask. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You know about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. And she goes, Mia. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters. Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared off the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Your wife? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. Did it all for one reason. You mean your wife? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers. She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask. Yes, but it's all over now. Broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? We'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I'm gonna assume it's the urn, but it's always a way to put it back together. Just always believe in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Mr. Light, you did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? Never let a wonderful man like him get away. After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. Did you say that you hated criminals? Hmm? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. See, my Ronnie Winton declared his crimes before he committed them like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Nicky boy, yes. Really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations. Epic. He's dead. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Aww. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Oh God. Well, that's a good wrap-up point. But now it's getting kind of late. I said we want to finish before 10:30, so I will see you guys next Monday for Maya Monday. Wow, it is really. Oh, check the meme. Okay, I will. All right. Goodbye.